So we got to turn them around.
When you saw our article last Friday, Cops and CPS seize child from parents for mistrusting government, I was aware of this, but you sent me a lot of stuff that I actually wasn't aware of. And we're going to be showing people some document cam shots right now with DynCorp heavily involved. Globally, it's been congressional hearings in white slavery, child kidnapping rings. They now have a new name, but CSC, DynCorp, and the economics.
They merged into CSC, and then they got spun off and went public, so they're back to their old name.
Okay, so, but I mean, I have all the mainstream news articles. This is literally a Legion of Doom, and that's all part of their military operation, and grabbing kids is very lucrative.
Well, the scariest story in the world, and one that's hard for most people to get into, is the role of pedophilia. And pedophilia is a very old story, Alex. It's been used for years, as both a personnel benefit, if you will, and a form of entrapment. Once you get a file, once you get dirty pictures of somebody engaged in pedophilia, a politician or business leader, you own them for life. It's one of the most economic ways to control there is. I hate to say it, but that's the reality. If you look at the history of narcotics trafficking and mortgage fraud in this country, it's intimately linked with pedophilia and sex slavery. I just hate to say it, that's the way it is. And I got onto DynCorp in the 90s because you had a couple of whistleblowers when DynCorp was a government contract. You had their project managers literally engaged in buying and owning children and using them for sex and working with the local mafias who were tracking it. And yet the State Department, where DynCorp is the biggest contract, was forgiving all of this. Anyway, this is all on the public record. And then DynCorp started to pop up in Child Protective Services contracts around the country. And we were in a tough... Stay there, Catherine.
Okay. I'm going to have you back for a full hour soon on this subject, because I actually got death threats when I first started covering this about 8 years ago when we learned about DynCorp, just modern slave traffickers.